The Last Message in a Bottle. Chapter 1. The Bottle. The storm had washed him more than seaweed. Elias Mercer trudged along the shoreline, his boots sinking into the wet sand as the wind howled around him. The beach was a sanctuary, a place where the world's noise faded into the rhythm of crashing waves. He had been reckless since the accident, since the doctors told him he'd never walk properly again. But here, with his metal cane digging into the sand, he could pretend he was whole. Then he saw it, a glint of green glass, half buried near the tide line. An old bottle, corked and sealed with something dark and waxy. Elias pried it free, wiping away the grime. Inside, a rolled-up parchment. His pulse quickened. Back in his weathered cottage, he carefully extracted the letter. The paper was brittle, the ink faded but legible. June 14, 1923. To whoever finds this. I am First Mate Samuel Hargrove of the SS Morning Star. We were to dock in Port Haven, but something followed us out of the deep. It took the crew one by one. It is not human. It wears their faces, but their eyes are wrong. I am the last. If you find this, do not follow the coordinates I've written below. Burn this letter. If you go there, it will find you too. The note ended with a set of numbers, latitude and longitude. Elias stared at the page for a long time. Then he pulled out an old nautical map. The coordinates led to Black Tides Island, a place no one went. Chapter 2. The Island. 3 days later, Elias anchored his small fishing boat off the rocky shore of Black Tides. The island was a jagged spine of black cliffs and skeletal trees. The air smelled of salt and something else, something rotting. He found the wreck within hours. The Morning Star lay broken against the rocks, its hull split open like a gutted fish. Elias stepped inside, his flashlight cutting through the gloom. The ship was frozen in time, rusted lanterns swinging, journals left open as if their owners had vanished mid-sentence. Then he saw the scratches, deep, frantic gouges in the wood. Not from tools, from claws. A sound echoed from below deck, a whisper. His name, Elias's breath hitched. He shouldn't be here. But he moved forward, descending into the belly of the ship. The lower deck was flooded, the water black and still. And there, floating face down, was a body. No, not floating. Standing. The figure lurched upright, water sloughing off its bloated skin. Its eyes were milky, its mouth stretched to wide. It spoke in Samuel Hargrove's voice. You shouldn't have come. Chapter 3. The Secret in the Sand. Elias ran. He stumbled out of the wreck, his bad legs screaming in protest. Behind him, the thing that wore Samuel's skin crawled from the ship, its limbs bending the wrong way. He didn't stop until he reached the island's center sunken pit where the sand had collapsed inward. And there, half buried, was the truth. A mass of twisted, blackened bones, dozens of them, no dash hundreds. This wasn't just the Morning Star's crew. This was a graveyard. The thing behind him let out a wet, clicking laugh. They always come, it rasped. They always want to know. Elias gripped his cane like a weapon. What are you? The thing tilted its head, hungry. Then the sand shifted. Hands skeletal and slick with brine burst from the pit. They clawed at his ankles, dragging him down. Elias swung, kicked, fought, but the island had always been waiting. Waiting for the next curious soul. Waiting for him. Chapter 4. The Thing That Wore a Face. Elias scrambled backward, his cane sinking into the wet sand as the creature lurched toward him. Its movements were wrong joints bending in impossible directions, its waterlogged skin stretching with each step. The voice that came from its ruined throat was Samuel Hargrove's, but layered beneath it was something else, something clicking and wet. You shouldn't have come, it repeated, tilting its head far to one side. But now that you're here, you'll join us. Elias's breath came in ragged gasps. His leg burned where the old injury screamed in protest, but fear drowned out the pain. He needed to move, now. Elias's breath came in ragged gasps. His leg burned where the old injury screamed in protest, but fear drowned out the pain. He needed to move, now. He turned and ran, limping toward the tree line where the skeletal pines clawed at the storm-gray sky. Behind him, the thing let out a sound like a drowning man's laugh.